sir, and good evening to everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening,
Good
Rafsina sir.
evening, sir.
Madam Lalu is there. How
Hi,
are you,
sir.
ma'am?
Very good. Thank you so much, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine, ma'am. Great. I think we are going to break the path today.
It's a beautiful collaboration. We are very
Yeah,
proud.
that was what was being discussed today by two or three colleagues of mine also.
We need to come together, sir. It's all about collaboration.
Yeah, journey started almost, I think, 10 months back. Now
Yeah,
it's
10
bearing the
months ago.
fruits.
Yes.
Yeah, in Chennai.
Yeah.
But we need to sustain the momentum and we need to percolate. We need to fight until we get what we need to
Sure, sir.
get. But this is a good beginning.
It is.
Absolutely.
And
Conversation, sir. Good evening.
it's so happy that Critical Care Society, Emergency Medicine, AHPI, IMA, APSF all are joining hands so that we share our request to NMC chair. And thank you, Lalu madam, for getting him. I think it's so difficult to get the NMC chair. So the whole exercise has become meaningful because of this.
Thank you, sir. I have to thank Dr. Alexander Thomas. But just now I spoke to the OSD. Sir will be joining. He'll be joining very soon.
Oh, excellent.
He is very proactive and approachable, sir. So that we have to really utilize. Absolutely. Yeah. The other day he attended the meeting for launching our communication book also, couple of days back. Communicate, Care and Cure. Very nice. Yeah.
Excellent. Good evening, Dr. Saujanya. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Sir, Dr. Santosh Kulkarni sir has joined on behalf of IMA, sir.
Yeah, welcome, Dr. Santosh sir. Very happy to see your profile and your contributions to IMA.
Sir, you are muted.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations.
So thanks for joining this movement, sir. And I think together we will have to make this wonderful magical tool available to the physicians to treat more patients.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Sir, Chabra sir said he'll join at around 7:30, sir. So he is engaged with other programs. So he said he'll join at 7:30.
Perfect.
Girdharnyani sir also might join after 7:15 or something.
Okay.
Because he's at another meeting at Pune. So sir said he'll join if the meeting.
Anyhow, so who will be following up this? Who will do the Masters of Ceremony?
Myself,
So Tanya,
sir.
okay,
Tanya,
thank you
Tanya.
so much. Yeah, thanks, Dr. Tanya. So it's 7 p.m. Do we go live?
Can we?
Ma'am, can we start?
Can we start, Palasa? Lallu ma'am. How many have joined, Nisha?
Ma'am, 43 total.
All right, okay. Can we start, madam? Can we start, sir?
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. A very good evening and a warm welcome to everyone present here. It's indeed a momentous day, one that reflects the collective effort of some of the most esteemed leaders and experts in Indian healthcare. We gather today to formally release the consensus document titled The Imperative of POCUS, Point of Care Ultrasound, POCUS, in Modern Health Medicine. A significant collaborative achievement between Consortium of Accredited Healthcare Organizations and Indian Society of Anesthesiologists. Let's begin the formal occasion with Kaho Anthem.
A new dawn, a new horizon of healthcare delivery and patient safety. We have a goal, a noble drive. Hand in hand, step by step, we will thrive. To march ahead together, a bright and shiny future with patient safety and quality healthcare. We are CAHO. Joining hands for building a vision, shaping a culture for patient safety, setting up standards with best foot forward, won't ever leave no stone unturned. We wear our pride on our sleeves, walk with passion like a breeze, training people, enhancing their skills, spreading the message of quality healthcare for safer patient care, a better nation. We have a goal, Oh, Kaho, your healthcare companion, standing right by your side.
Thank you. This consensus document marks not just a milestone, but a transformational step towards empowering clinicians with timely, patient-centered diagnostic tools, especially in underserved regions of India. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Sukhminder Singh Bajwa, Honorary Secretary of Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, for the welcome address.
Thank you, Ma'am Dhanya. And it's my privilege to convey a warm greetings from our ISA National Headquarters. A very warm welcome to our chief guest today, Dr. Abhijat Chandra Sheth. Then our ISA President, Dr. Bala Venkat Subramanian sir. Our President-elect of ISA National, Dr. Naveen Malhotra sir. Then our KAHO President, Dr. Vijay Agarwal, and a dynamic Secretary General of KAHO, Madam Lalu Joseph. Dr. James, who has been very, very active in arranging all these programs. Dr. Samvedan, Dr. Pandya, and all the senior dignitaries. It's a historic day for ISA, as KAHO has joined hands with ISA in releasing a document which was long pending. And whatever the work has been done over the last few months, the efforts to put in to bring out this document, it's something unique in the history of medical history of our nation. The PCPND Act, when it came to existence, it was brought just to stop the certain menace. Now the time has gone, but the act still remains. On the contrary, what ultrasound is giving us to the humanity, the way we have advanced, the way we have done the research on these projects with the help of ultrasound is tremendous. What we could not achieve 2 decades back, what could not think 2 decades back, now all that is possible because with the help of this ultrasound, we are able to work for the patient safety, decreasing the patient mortality and morbidity, and patients which we thought that may not be able to bear the insult of general anesthesia or any type of anesthesia, with the advent of ultrasound into this field of regional anesthesia, we have made a tremendous progress. Every patient has a right to get operated for improving the quality of life. But with patients having so many comorbidities, this tool is definitely has brought a revolution in the treatment pattern of such patients. But on the legal front, we are still bound by the laws of the land, the regulations. We have to follow all the protocols, the permissions. So many things are there which limit us to use this tool, the equipment, for further advancement in the treatment modalities of so many patients. This really required a very hard work from all the fronts, from all the associations, so many representatives from all the associations, from critical care, from IMA, from emergency medicine, from healthcare industries. This joint consensus will be a revolutionary in the treatment of all such patients which never thought that they would make it to the surgical operation theater also. Moreover, In the day-to-day practice in the critical care also, the widespread use of ultrasound is so dynamic that within seconds you will be able to diagnose the fluid status, so many other components of critical care that it is a life savior in the ICU also. Similarly, in the pain medicine, if you ask the anesthesiologist, in the pain medicine also, it is actually proving a very helpful tool. And emergency medicine, I think, when with the advent of the emergency medicine in India, the ultrasound was the part of that equipment where it really took the wings, emergency medicine took the wings. And today we have almost emergency medicine in almost every medical college of the country. So this consensus documents, the importance of this document is too much. The only thing is how to bring it to in a good knowledge of the different government agencies. I think all the representatives here, they have done a very hard work. And today is the day when we will be achieving something great. And with the God's blessing, the way we are working for the patient safety and decreasing the patient's mortality and morbidity, we will be thankful to our chief guest, Dr. Abhijat Sheth sir, to listen to all the point of views from all the well-learned people. And I hope so that this webinar is going to be an historic webinar in the history of medical stream in India. So I really hope that we will be very successful in our endeavors. And with this, I thank Madam Dhanya to give me the opportunity to speak on this platform and to welcome all. Please carry it from here.
Thank you, Dr. Bajwa. We now move to the introduction of CAHO. May I invite Dr. Lalu Joseph, Secretary General CAHO, to address us.
Good evening, and I bring greetings from the Consortium of Accredited Healthcare Organizations in India. My job is to introduce CAHO. CAHO, which is the Consortium of Accredited Healthcare Organizations in India, is a not-for-profit society. We are established to promote quality, patient safety, and accreditation. So we started our journey in the year 2013, and we are extremely delighted and proud to be partnering with the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists to bring about this wonderful statement, wonderful consensus document, the imperative of point-of-care ultrasound in modern medicine. We really stand proud today as we could collaborate with several organizations, particularly the ISA, and we acknowledge the presence of the ISECM, the Society for Emergency Medicine in India, IMA, the Indian Medical Association, AHPI, and COACH, amongst other associations that have worked together with us in bringing out this wonderful document, the need of the hour for us. Today, in our opinion, we feel it's a red letter day, that we have joined hands with clinicians and have tried to bring about this consensus document, which we believe is going to be very, very important in the way we practice medicine. And we are delighted that we could partner with all of you. And this has been a very rigorous exercise. CAHO is all about patient safety. And we truly believe such exercises where we all can collaborate and come together is going to be extremely fruitful for patient care and for the benefit of the patients that we serve. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity given to CAHO to work with the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists. And we really place on record the contributions of all the good minds that work together to put this document together, and all the professionals who gave their opinion, their remarks, and their ideas on making this document a consensus document. We hope to take this forward with the help of all the societies and associations to the national level, with all the policymakers at the governance, and make sure that our patient care and our patients get benefited. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. We look forward to collaboration in the coming years with all the clinical societies so that we can all work together for better, safer, and patient care. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lalu. To share the background behind the development of this consensus document, I now invite Dr. J. Balavenkat Subramanian, President, Indian Society of Anesthesiologists and Secretary, World Federation of Society of Anesthesiologists. Over to you, sir.
Greetings to everyone. It's truly a pleasure to make the inroads when you're challenged in healthcare because of certain cultural beliefs that exist in our country. Something which the professionals belonging to our fraternity across the globe do not have this challenge. But when we are challenged, I think it becomes imperative to come together and collectively establish the possibility of giving the best to our patient. So the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, which has got over 50,000 members spread over 240 city branches and 30 state branches, continuously had this issue of the inability to use the ultrasound machine to give the best to the patient because of the existent PCPNDT Act, which was necessitated because of certain practices that was existing in this country. And it became imperative that we collectively join together with CAHO, an organization which has worked hard to give patient safety in all aspects. And it's truly a privilege for Indian Society of Anesthesiologists to work with CAHO to come with this thought process of a consensus statement. And I wholeheartedly thank both the organizations and the leaders of both the organizations for contributing to this consensus statement. And my special thanks goes to Dr. James from CMC Vellore, who really put all his efforts in collecting information, inputs, insights, feedbacks from several experts and leaders across the country and collating all the data, collating all the details and making this wonderful document. And I am 100% confident that this would result in long-term changes, or I would call this as a game changer in our advancement of modern medicine to the bedside. And we look forward for that day when the entire country would be able to procure an ultrasound machine similar to that of buying an ECG machine. So this is the beginning of, and this endeavor is the beginning of this path to make sure that every single patient will get a bedside ultrasound and prove that he can live because of that small equipment. And I'm looking forward for that day when all of us will rejoice of saving several lives because of this tool. And the capacity building has happened. Most of the doctors are now capable of using this machine in the critical care, emergency medicine, anesthesia, and hence, this is the time that we need to tell all those in the leadership position and governance to know about its importance and give us a helping hand in coming over this act and making it available across the country. Once more, I thank the leadership of CAHO and all the organizations which have joined in hand in our common goal of preserving preventable deaths in this country. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We now move to the core of the evening, an overview of consensus document on point of care ultrasound. May I invite Dr. James to present the key highlights.
Thank you, Dhanya. Thank you, Bala sir and Lulu ma'am and all the dignitaries for giving me this opportunity to share the key highlights of our consensus document. Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Yeah.
James.
Thank you. So the journey started almost 10 months ago, as Bajwa sir has mentioned, during a casual conversation with the leadership of CAHO and ISA, And the objective was to understand the challenges of integrating point of care ultrasound into clinical practice and to develop strategies and action plan to address these challenges. And then with this background, we organized a national webinar on 23rd May 2025, PCPNDT Act, vis-a-vis therapeutic care roadblocks and way forward. And with that, the participants were across who joined this program from across the country, including academicians, anesthetists, critical care specialists, medico-legal experts, representatives from State Inspection and Monitoring Committee of Jharkhand, of PCPNDT Act, as well as experts in patient safety. The program featured sessions that provided an overview of the legislation, that is the PCPNDT Act, along with panel discussions focusing on the clinician's perspective and insights from leading minds across diverse disciplines and stakeholder groups. Now, the PCPNDT Act, which was enacted in 1994 and its 2003 amendment, aims to address the critical social issue of female feticide. However, they have inadvertently created regular barriers that limit the widespread adoption of point-of-care ultrasound technology in various medical fields in India. Despite its proven effectiveness in critical care, emergency medicine, anesthesia, and trauma management, focus remains underutilized, especially in resource-constrained cities as well as rural areas of our country, where there is a shortage of specialized medical professionals. These regulatory restrictions prevent the Indian healthcare system from utilizing a cost-effective and accessible diagnostic tool that could significantly improve patient outcomes, bridge healthcare delivery, and align clinical practices with international standards. Therefore, it is urgent to strike a balance between legitimate social concerns and clinical needs by establishing a framework that prevents misuse while enabling integration of focus to enhance patient care across different medical settings. So these were the challenges that we had identified when we started to work on the consensus document. We then moved on to analyzing the uses of focus, which has wide applications that include but are not limited to perioperative care, anesthesia, pain management, ophthalmology, critical care, emergency medicine, neurology, and so on. They provide rapid real-time imaging that enhances healthcare delivery. Now, point-of-care ultrasound offers substantial cost savings for patients by reducing reliance on expensive imaging modalities like CT, MRI, while also shortening hospital stays. In India, where universal medical insurance coverage is limited, integrating focus amplifies the benefits of government initiatives such as Ayushman Bharat. It enables cost-effective diagnostics at the primary care level, reducing both direct healthcare costs through early diagnosis and reduce indirect costs by minimizing travel expenses and loss of income. By streamlining healthcare delivery and preventing unnecessary procedures, complications, and readmissions, focus represents a crucial economic strategy for achieving sustainable healthcare in resource-constrained settings. Then we looked at the social problem, which is the base for PCPNDT Act, the issue of female feticide. And then we referred to a model that emphasized, the epidemiological triangle, wherein healthcare professionals may contribute to the issue, but they represent only one facet of a deeply rooted societal problem. By holistically analyzing this epidemiological triangle, policymakers can develop strategies to mitigate this social ill without imposing excessive regulatory burden. Now, some of the barriers we identified when we were working on this project, that the PCPNDT Act imposes stringent registration and approval requirements for all facilities utilizing ultrasound machines, including those for non-prenatal diagnostic purposes. These bureaucratic processes result in significant delays and various administrative hurdles faced by the doctors and the hospitals. The ambiguity surrounding who is qualified to use the ultrasound for non-obstetric purposes creates confusion, which discourages authorities from approving the use of focus. Therefore, the issue of credentialing also needs to be addressed strategically. Together, these challenges, restrictive regulations, legal uncertainties, fear of repercussions, equipment limitations, and inadequate training have severely hindered the adoption of focus as a standard tool in Indian healthcare. Consequently, this situation places India at a disadvantage compared to global standards, where focus is increasingly recognized as an essential tool for delivering high quality patient-centered care. We did a SWOT analysis with the problem of
Dr. James?
Nisha, I think there is a network.
Can ask him to switch off his video and then.
We'll try, sir. We'll do that. He's joining, sir.
sorry. Yeah.
James, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then we identified several the common threats which are limiting the use of POCUS is the misuse of POCUS, wherein female feticide can increase, as well as the decline in sex ratio, which is considered to be one of the major problems in our country. Next slide, please. Yes. And then we had made several recommendations based on the experts' thoughts and the deliberations which we had during the national webinar. And the first and foremost thing which we identified is we need to have a targeted advocacy campaign, which is essential to address the lack of awareness about POCUS in clinical practice. And also professional societies.
Dr. James, we can't hear you.
Sorry.
So we can hear
Yeah,
him.
we can hear.
He is audible. He is audible.
He's audible.
Okay, sorry. And then professional societies at the national level, in collaboration with their respective state chapters, should come together to create a unified guidelines for doctors and hospitals to register under the PCPND Act within their districts. And we also suggesting that geotagging of these POCUS devices should be mandated to enable real-time tracking and monitoring, and POCUS images and reports should be integrated into electronic patient records to enhance transparency and accountability. Additionally, AI-driven time image vetting must be implemented, and the concept of silent observer or ghost observer method in ultrasound machines can assist in preventing illegal sex determination tests. The time has come to objectively re-examine the 3-decade-old PCPND Act and associated rules to adapt to medical advancements that aid in patient care. And key suggestions for amendments to consider by the lawmakers are tiered classification and registration of ultrasound. That is, it is preferable to introduce tiered classification system for various ultrasound machines based on their primary intended use, technical capabilities, and potential for misuse in fetal sex determination. Secondly, exemption for specific probes and non-obstetric machines. We can actually exclude certain ultrasound probes and machines that are technically unsuitable for accurate fetal imaging or sex determination from stringent registration requirements. And also mandatory technical safeguards for specific category of ultrasound machines to incorporate software and hardware safeguards to minimize their potential for misuse in sex determination. We have also advocated for digitalization of registration process, which can streamline approvals and ensure clear timelines to prevent unnecessary delays, wherein we have faced several people pointed out that when they are buying new ultrasound machines, because of the lack of proper guidelines and delays in approval, machines are not being utilized and then it's being laid idle. And portable ultrasound machines, which is very crucial in modern healthcare, restricting the use of portable ultrasound machines to indoor patients limits their effectiveness as valuable diagnostic tools. It would be beneficial to allow portable POCUS devices equipped with built-in AI safeguards to be used beyond indoor settings, particularly in the continuum of care for those patients discharged from hospitals and those who need emergency care and outreach scenarios. With respect to sale and procurement, the current lack of clear pathway complicates the procurement and distribution of POCUS devices for legitimate clinical training as well as research purposes, even for applications that do not fall under the PCPNDT regulations. We have also advocated for graded penalty system, wherein we can introduce inversely proportional penalty, wherein deter violations, imposing significantly higher punishments for entities registering USG devices for non-prenatal diagnostic purposes, but engaging in prohibited activities. And last but not the least, we have also advocated for training and certification, which requires a comprehensive framework to strengthen and streamline the process of training, credentialing, and privileging for POCUS use in India. And the national consensus or practice guidelines to regulate the use of POCUS is crucial document. And to develop this, we would recommend, and we have recommended, that multidisciplinary task force at the national level needs to be formed to develop a comprehensive national consensus and practice guidelines which will govern the use of POCUS throughout the country. Once we have developed this document draft, we had shared it in the CAHO website for feedback from public as well as the stakeholders. And through Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, we have invited peer review from various experts and specialists concerned from the concerned specialties. And then we have reviewed their feedbacks and comments, and then we have modified, incorporated all the changes suggested, and then to make it more robust and comprehensive. After that, we have finalized the draft, and then we would like to conclude by saying that to unlock POCUS's full potential, a balanced approach is essential, one that addresses the social issue of female feticide while promoting ethical POCUS integration in clinical practice, which will empower clinicians. Next slide, please. Yeah, which will empower clinicians and bridges gap in healthcare delivery. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, James. Let's move into the very important segment where the leaders from national professional organizations share their reflections on POCUS and its impact on clinical practice and policy. So may I invite Dr. Santosh Kulkarni, State President-elect, Maharashtra State IMA, member of Working Group PCPNDT Act. The floor is yours, sir.
Good evening, madam. May I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes. Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving me opportunity, and very historical webinar is going on. Actually, first of all, I will congratulate the Dr. Vijay Agarwal, sir, President of CAHO, Dr. J. Bal Venkatesh Subramaniam, sir, President of ISA National, Dr. Joseph, Madam, Secretary General of CAHO, and basically Dr. James, sir, and Dr. Dhania, Madam, and all the dignitaries who have made these documents, the release documents of this POCUS today. We have taken so much pains and efforts to form these documents. I have actually, Dr. James, sir, forwarded the documents and this draft. I have gone through this all draft, and what I feel that this is a very POCUS is a very rapid bedside and very important bedside procedure, emergency procedure. So I would like to congratulate all the team, but the basic I would like to think that the main PCPNDT Act, I am working as a co-convener for National PCPNDT program of IIM headquarters. So even for graded punishment and all the things, whatever the PCPNDT Act includes, we are fighting for that also. But the major problem is that in total documents, while reading the POCUS, this is a very important diagnostics tool. And regarding female peticides also in these documents, very well that epidemiological triangle also very well mentioned the female peticides and it is a high time to reform the PCPNDT Act and re-examine also. And actually what happens that so many times in rural areas, this POCUS procedure is very important because there are so many rural areas, there is no radiologist or the radiological diagnostic tools are not available. So definitely this release of documents and these procedures definitely helps the poor and needy peoples. The second thing that there are two questions arise in my mind. That number one is for these procedures, as per your documents, what is the eligibility criteria to do the procedures? We have to release that guidelines for performing this procedure also, the eligibility criteria. And second thing that the as per the National Medical Commission 2019 guidelines, the amended act, we have to think of that there is a cross specialty negligence also. Today, our chief guest also, the respected chairman said, sirs, also here in this webinar, they will also discuss and they will also give the guidance regarding this cross specialty negligence. But definitely, this is a very helpful POCUS tool for all the specialty doctors. Especially, I am ophthalmologist. Actually, our A scan and B scan both comes under PCPNDT, and we have to register our B scan also. But for our vitreoretinal surgeon, this POCUS tool definitely going to help. And no doubt, this is a document very knowledgeable and very all the contributors have put their efforts, knowledge, experience, and form CAHO and ISA form these documents very nicely and formulated this document very nicely. So I congratulate CAHO and ISA, all the teams. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Santosh. Next, we'll hear from Dr. H.S. Chavra, President, Spinal Cord Society and Association of National Board Accredited Institutions. Over to you, Dr. Chavra.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to participate in this very important event. I think we all are aware that POCUS has a great transformative potential and very rightly mentioned that it could revolutionize healthcare delivery in India, especially with many resource-constrained settings in the country. But what is the need of the hour is that we should have enabling regulations. We should have a facilitatory framework of the Act which governs it. And we should have a very meticulous training program and clear-cut guidelines which would help in tapping the full potential of this revolutionizing potential. And in this regard, I would want to congratulate CAHO and all concerned for coming out with this great consensus and the need of which is the need of the hour. And I'm very sure that with its implementation, we are going to tap the full potentials of POCUS and enhance healthcare in the country. So congratulations once again, and we look forward to rapid reforms in this stage so that it can be implemented across India. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Dr. Harvinder Singh Chabra sir for that valuable insights. And we are extremely delighted and really happy that the momentum that's been created in creating this consensus statement, we have none other than the chairman of the National Medical Commission, Dr. Abhijit Seth, sir, among us to release this document and help us realize the fruits of this document, which would save several lives across this country. And over to our NMC chairman. Sir, we sincerely appreciate and thank you for joining us in spite of your very, very busy schedule. And we knew from the officer on special duty that you have several assignments. And thank you so much, sir, for being with us. And we want a few words of your wisdom and release this consensus document. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Very good evening and namaste. And on behalf of the NMC, I congratulate both KAHO and ISA for releasing this consensus document, and particularly on the most needy issue of an hour. And certainly this will take forward. I always of a view that many times in advance or in the upfront, acts are not very easy to modify or amend. But when there is a assurance to the government or to the regulatory agencies or to the policymakers that the system and the processes has been set in the right intention as well as in the right direction to ensure that no ad hocism, no randomization is followed during the such procedures, and that will definitely help eventually to amend the PCP/NDT Act, which was discussed before. I think here it's a different that first we are convincing to PCP/NDT and the policymaker that there is a system in place, there is a quality initiative in the place, and this has been done with the consensus to ensure that we will provide the quality of care through this process, and hence the process needs also the support from the regulatory agencies like us, also the lawmakers, and also the government. And I assure that definitely we will make some progress in this direction. My wife is also an anesthetist, so I understand the importance of these issues. And my best wishes to both KAHO and ISA. And I look forward for more and more reforms by establishing the processes to ensure that eventually whosoever is the person who wants to run the system goes by the protocols, pathways, and processes to ensure the best delivery of healthcare to our needy people in a uniform way at the farthest place. With this, my once again congratulations to all of you and best wishes to all of you. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, sir. And we kindly request you to release this consensus document. And we are so happy that we have the NMC chairman who completely conceives and perceives the importance of changing certain important aspects of the regulation so that more people will get benefited. So we are truly delighted and happy, and we really share our happiness that we are taking the first step towards the possibility of saving several lives. So may we kindly request you to release this consensus statement. Over to Danya to do the.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, the moment we have been waiting for, the official release of consensus document titled The Imperative of Focus in Modern Medicine. This is a milestone document that's going to transform the way the care is delivered right at the patient bedside. Over to Nisha. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to all
Sir,
of you.
thank you so much, sir, and we look forward for your guidance in this
Thank you so
pathway.
much.
And we are very, very hopeful that with your guidance, we will be able to accomplish and our patients will get the benefit. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Bye.
We now welcome Dr. Srinivas Samavedam, President, Indian Society of Critical Medicine, for his reflections. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for facilitating the release of this consensus document. This is a much needed relief for those who are planning to use ultrasound the way it has to be used in intensive. The role of ultrasound today in critical care practice is nearly head to toe, right from the optic nerve sheath diameter assessment, transcranial Doppler, to echocardiography, lung ultrasound, VEXUS assessment of for trauma, pulmonary embolism, including nutritional assessment for sarcopenia. Ultrasound has now become an extension of the stethoscope for intensivists, and the point is it's a point of care, so it cannot be fixed in one place. So this document will probably help a lot of people to get over the misconceptions on the regulations related to the use of focus. Not only the doctors, but sometimes there are administrative hesitation also to permit the non-radiologists to use these machines in the intensive care practice. And this consensus statement also lightens the burden on the administrators to say that this is a valid tool with proper credentialing. Probably this document will also address the need for recognition of properly delivered training programs as authentic certifications for intensivists and other non-radiologists to be performing sonographic examinations at the bedside in the ICU. So I think it's a path-breaking document, and hats off to the entire team which has put this very crisp but comprehensive document for the benefit of all the needy patients. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Srinivas, for sharing that perspective. Now we are pleased to hear from Dr. Saujanya Sri, National President, Society for Emergency Medicine. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi, good evening, respected dignitaries. I would like to start with a small incident that happened in my real life. I am trained in ultrasound, 6 months training I underwent apart from my emergency medicine training. And my grandmother, a few years back, was severely breathless. I have taken her to a nearby center. This happened in a very rural area. And I knew there is something happening with her pericardial effusion. There is an ultrasound, and I am an expert. I could relieve her pain and suffering by taking out 50 ml of fluid. but the rules are such that the ultrasound is not registered and the hospital is helpless to do an ultrasound for her. Then I have to transfer her to 70 kilometers to relieve her pain. So this was the crux of having stringent regulations. As an emergency physician, as Dr. Srinivas Samavedam has mentioned, that it has become a stethoscope for acute care medicine, both emergency and intensive care units. And these documents will help us to utilize this for patient care more, and empowering us with these tools will help in empowering our patients with a better safety. And this is a very, very good initiative by CAHO and ISA. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your views. And finally, we invite Dr. Sunil Pandya, National Chairman, Anesthesia Patient Society Foundation. Dr.
Good
Pandya?
evening, all. Yeah, good evening, all. Greetings from Anesthesia Patient Safety Forum India. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the initiatives by CAHO and ISA to bring forth the chairman of NMC and help this document released today in this August gathering. Well, we all know point of care ultrasound is no longer luxury. It's an essential perioperative tool in the ER, the critical care, and the perioperative medicine as well, because it empowers the perioperative physician to identify the problem in the real time, not after the event. As a chairman of APSF, I am fully supportive of the preventive female feticide, and we absolutely value the spirit of PCPNDT Act. It is socially essential. But we must also recognize that the same act, drafted essentially for obstetric fetal sex determination, is today inhibiting the routine, ethical, life-saving use of ultrasound in operating room, trauma bay, ICU, and ER. Simple procedures like ultrasound-guided nerve blocks for relieving pain, the gastric volume assessment scan, the pneumothorax check, hemodynamic assessment, vascular access, and many of these have been assessed or enumerated by Dr. Samvedam and others, are being over-regulated with licensing burdens, inspections, paperwork, and fear of inadvertent non-compliance. A modern safety tool is stuck in yesterday's administrative lens. And James has done a fantastic job in association with CAHO and ISA to bring forth the recommendation, the SWOT analysis, which is beautifully conducted. Our stand and the APSF India is very clear that we must advocate for differentiated regulatory pathways, separating focus from the patient safety from radiology for sex determination. What we are asking for is simplified approvals, specialty-based exemption, point of care utilization recognition, and training-linked licenses for perioperative physicians. Patient safety cannot be a casualty of bureaucratic fear. We are committed to work with government, with NABH, with ISC, with CAHO, and create a rational framework, strict where it needs to be, but enabling where the patient benefits is unquestionable. The future is not about having ultrasound machine. The future is about using it without fear, scientifically, ethically, and responsibility to save patients' lives in real time. With this, I just conclude my speech, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Pandya. To conclude today's ceremony, I invite Dr. Vijay Agarwal, President CAHO, to deliver the closing remarks.
Thank you, Dhanya. And first of all, I think it's a red letter day, a very important day for CAHO and ISA, and also for all the other associations who have come forward and joined this movement to bring about this revolutionary change that we are asking for. To summarize, I think the summary is not difficult because we need a diagnostic tool, which is very much needed. I think everybody has kind of pointed towards the fantastic use of this particular thing. There is also a social problem with which the whole country is kind of involved with. And there are a lot of emotional issues associated with that social problem. So the problem is now to see that how do we make the lawmakers, the politicians go through it. And towards that, I will say that the presence of the NMC chairman, thank you very much, Abhicha Sheth sir, his guidance, his concurrence is number one, very big first step so that we can move forward with this to at least make a headway. As he said himself, that to change laws like this is not an easy thing. But I think, and I'm kind of reminded of my some early days where I was dealing with bringing pulse polio strategy in the country. And let me tell you, from 1986 to 1992, we kept on struggling with the government to see the need for bringing the pulse polio to eradicate polio. So I feel that this is another very, very important, I would say, mission. All of us have to get together. We have to just not leave it at the creation of this particular document, which is very beautifully drafted, very nicely kind of articulated. Everybody is on board. So now let us try to pool all our energy and resources to mobilize support. We will have to go through all the possible things to especially pass through the political, I would say, wall that we have to breach. And towards that, I think this is a absolutely fantastic step. Congratulations to all concerned. Congratulations to all the societies who have come forward and supported this move. Congratulations to ISA, Dr. Balavenkat. You have been, of course, a pillar along with Dr. Lalu Joseph from our side. And James, you have done a phenomenal job. So thank you very much. And I think that we have an important agenda before us now. I don't think we should leave it just at what we have done today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Agarwal, and thank you to every speaker and participant for being part of this milestone event. With that, we formally conclude the release ceremony of Focus the Consensus document. We look forward to evidence-based, transformative, and accessible patient care. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening ahead. May I request everyone to please turn on your camera for a moment. We would love to capture a group photograph to mark the special occasion. Thank you all so much. Nisha?
Photograph taken, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you, thank you.
It's a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Good night.
Lalu madam, and thank you, James.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
And
sir.
thanks
Thank
to
you,
entire
thank you.
CAFO for this. And thanks to Srinivas sir. And on behalf of ISA, me and Dr. Sukhminderjit Bajwa and our National Governing Council, we immensely thank CAFO for taking us along in this initiative. And thanks to IMA, AHPI, the National Board, Chabra sir, for joining us, Emergency Medicine, Dr. Subjanya madam. We will work together in making all of our dreams come true.
Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you. Namaskar.
Okay.